everyone, my name is Amanda Dee, and today I want to talk about hyperextension of the knees. We see this a lot in yoga classes. People basically, let me just show you this with the sticks. So it's usually when the shin bone is back and the thigh bone is forward. So there's too much extension, too much opening in the back of the knee, and this can create a lot of pain in the knee joint. So imagine my legs, like I don't have it luckily, my knees are nice and healthy, but usually what would happen is the shin would go back like this and then the thigh bone would go forward, and then we'd have a lot of pressure here in the back of the knee. You see kind of like a banana shape, banana knees. Now, one of the main causes of this is because of sitting in chairs for extended periods of time because of our jobs, the pelvis tends to move forward. The hamstrings shorten. We have kind of this like more slump position. We just hang into the hammock of the hip flexors. And as the thighs go forward in this diagonal position, the shin bones have to parallel towards the floor. So that's where you would get this hyperextension through the knee joint. Like I said, I don't have that, so it's hard for me to demonstrate, but if you can imagine this position, right? The hips in front of the plumb line of the ankles, and then the shin bone has to parallel itself to the floor, so we're not leaning like we would if we were going uphill, right? That's impossible for the body. So one of the main common alignment cues that a teacher will tell you to do, a yoga teacher will tell you to do, is to bend the knees, right, in these poses. So we have like triangle pose. You might see that extended position in the knee, and then the teacher will say bend your knee, right? So then of course it takes away the hyperextension. Or in Parsvottanasana and forward bends like this, but basically positions where the knee is straight and the knee is extended. Now, the problem with that cue is that it's going to take the pressure off the ligaments at the back of the knee. But when you bend your knees, when you're standing in all these positions, you end up, the muscles that have to work is the quadriceps and the gluteal muscles. Now, the quadriceps are a knee extender. They're not a knee flexor. The knee flexor is the hamstrings in the back. And basically, what we want to do is we want to strengthen the muscles in the back of the knee, right, that flex the knee. So then when we're doing functional movement, we're walking or in a natural state, we can't think about walking around with bent knees because that would be extremely strange. We need the muscles in the back to stabilize the knee joint. So here are some exercises that you can do to strengthen the hamstrings. So one of them is to lie down like you're going into bridge position, Setu Bandhasana, and you want to have a blanket on the wooden floor where it could slide. If you've got a carpet, you can put like a paper plate underneath the foot instead. Now you will lie down just like you would preparing for bridge. Graze the back of the heels with the middle finger, feet nice and parallel, and just place your left foot. So let's start with the left foot on top of the blanket. Natural lumbar curve. Engage your belly by suctioning it in, not flattening your lower back out. So you're not trying to use the rectus abdominal muscles there. I want you just to pull the belly straight in. And then from that neutral position of your spine, you're going to lift your hips and your torso up in one unit. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Make sure your glutes are engaged and your inner feet are grounded. And then from there, all you do is you slide that left foot forward and then pull the heel back by pushing it down into the floor. So you slide forward, try to be on the heel, and then pull the foot back. Try not to collapse the left hip as you slide it forward or pull it back. So the more you push the foot down, the more you're going to feel the hamstring. Shoulder blades together, head pressing down into the floor. You just do that a few times, and then you can rest in between and then do the other foot. Now, once you've developed enough strength in the hamstrings, you can try doing that with both feet, which is extremely hard. Now, once you develop that understanding of how to engage the hamstrings, you can start to bring this into your practice. So we can start in positions such as an idea of side angle pose. So instead of being here, which would be the normal position for warrior two and moving into Parsvakonasana side angle, you can have one knee on the floor, so it just makes it a bit easier for you to understand how to engage the hamstring. Then you place the other foot onto the blanket, keep the hip over the knee and just slide the foot forward on the blanket and then pull back so you feel the hamstring. So you slide forward and pull back, forward, engage the glutes, navel in, and then pull back. Keep that action of pulling back and take the elbow to the inner knee. Use the elbow to press the knee back, move the head back, and you can extend that top arm alongside your ear. Make sure you still feel the hamstring is engaged. It's like you're trying to pull your foot towards your knee. And then lift up. So eventually that can go into poses where you're moving it with the legs straight as well. So maybe let's try this one. This one will be easier at first. Right. So just changing legs. So you would do a low lunge on top of the blanket. So say the left foot's on the blanket and you want to make sure you do both sides. So front knee over your ankle. And then you're going to slide the foot forward and pull it back. So you slide forward, you pull the foot back and press the big toe man down and bend the knee slightly. So you go forward and you pull back, bend in the knee. Once you understand that hamstring strengthener, you understand how to engage your hamstring, then you can do that within your poses, like you're trying to squeeze your legs towards each other, hip points level to the shorter edge of your mat. Find a natural lumbar curve and keep squeezing your legs in with a micro bend of the knee. So we are micro bending the knee, but not by using the quadricep muscles. We're activating the hamstrings underneath, squeezing the legs in. Okay. So hope that helped. That can be done in triangle pose, warrior two. In all your poses, you can keep activating your hamstrings by squeezing your legs towards each other. Namaste.